Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. I'm sitting in Prague in the seat of the development team of the game Leave No One Behind. And I am here to play the first tutorial mission. Maybe tutorial mission is not the right wording, because better said, it's true combat mission with tutorial elements. And it's quite difficult for new players to learn the mechanics and fight the enemy at the same time. But I will show you how you go through this mission without any problem. So let's proceed.
Welcome to Vietnam, Commander.
Actually, you see typical terrain of Vietnam Highland, because the basic thinking about Vietnam terrain is that it's just dense jungle or rainforest, but we are fighting in the terrain of Vietnamese highlands, which was terrain as you see it here. Trees, bushes, scrubs. And this is my first asset. My first asset is scout helicopter, and I must do some simple tasks with it. The main task is to find the suitable place for placement of our artillery battery, which will support us during the whole game. You see that in the upper right corners there are tasks. The first task is to protect the scout helicopter. It's logical, otherwise you couldn't proceed.
Before we start exploring,
I will click through the tutorial. This is the simple part for most of players, how to move on the map, how to control units.
Another quite and once we marking the probably another and another the move as
New task available.
Well, and we are finally, after reading first text, I just skipped, and this is our first task, to explore the southeast area, and the waypoint is visible on the minimap. So I'm going to control the helicopter. I also see the smoke on a spot I should reach with my chopper, so let's go there.
No, it won't work here.
Yeah.
There are too many trees.
It won't work here, okay. Too many trees. And there is a new point on the minimap.
On duty, sir.
You see, I can control the movement of the unit, or on the minimap, or directly.
Brothers in arms. It looks promising here. It could be a good place.
This could be the ideal place, but what's the problem?
I see movement. Contact! We have contact. We fall back from here before they take us down. We need to find an alternative landing site.
Yeah, there are Vietnamese coming.
We'll fly further to the north.
I see red dots coming nearer and nearer to me.
New task available.
And I don't want to lose my chopper, and I also have a new task to reach the place in the northern corner of the map. So let's go there. Beautiful place with small lake.
It looks good. That's a good place.
Yeah,
now we
it
need
looks
our
good.
units in the field.
before
Platoon is on the
HQ
ground.
arrives.
Task available.
On
Again,
the upper
I will skip texts.
on the left are the
And what you see now are helicopters coming with my HQ platoon. HQ platoon is fighting unit on its own. It can move at the beginning and shoot, but you don't want to spend this unit in combat. Its main purpose is to be the brain and also the depot of your small army. And you see that there are various professions of soldiers in HQ platoons. These are stretchers, soldiers who carry wounded from the battlefield back to HQ. Of course, that you have also regular soldiers for protection of HQ, and you have other professions you will learn about more throughout the game. So, my first task now, what to do with the HQ platoon, is to set up HQ camp. It's pretty simple. I am clicking on Unpack HQ button and I'm selecting free area.
Great. Command post is ready to give orders. Now it's the time to call
And my
in the combat
HQ
platoon.
is starting
New HQ
to work.
features available.
New task available.
In order to land safely with the helicopter, it is necessary to build a landing zone. But it will not be so easy. The surrounding landscape is full of trees and shrubs. Fortunately, HQ has enough dynamite.
I will skip
Thanks to them,
through
our
the
patrol
text.
can create a large enough space for the construction of an LZ.
And
New task available.
my mission is to call my first combat platoon to the field, but there are few steps I must make before I call my platoon. I must establish landing zone, at least one, but it's good to have more than one, let's say 3, 4. How to establish landing
HQ
zone?
is ready to send
It's
orders.
pretty simple. There is a special button, LZ, but we are in a tutorial. So before I can use this button, I am tasked to try another function, which is to detach the patrol from HQ.
Separate patrol.
The HQ
Small unit
patrol
of
has a
soldiers.
special clear area function.
New
And
task
patrol
available.
was detached and it's marked by this emblem.
Awaiting orders.
And now I can build landing zone. What tutorial is offering me is to create landing zone by blowing up some trees. So I will show you how to do it pretty simply. I'm on control of the patrol, and in patrol submenu there is a function clear area. And after clicking, you select the place you want to clear. It should be far from HQ, far enough not to blow up your own troops, of course. And while I'm waiting for explosion, I will show you that you can establish landing zones even without blowing up trees. Now I can use LZ button, and I'm searching in the terrain for suitable areas marked by white.
The
Landing
LZ
zone
is
is
ready.
ready to use.
We
This
can call in
one.
the supply helicopters.
This one, this one,
Detonate.
yeah, 3 should be
3,
enough.
2.
Let's wait for the effect of explosion. Yeah, beautiful. And now I can call my first platoon with this button. And currently I have only one platoon available, A1. So I'm clicking on it and I'm choosing the landing zone, for example this one.
The
Platoon is on the
tasks and
ground.
mission goals are displayed in the upper right corner
And
of the screen. The HQ
my soldiers are coming.
under individual improve.
I will skip tutorial texts.
Next, we have you have
And before my soldiers disembark, I will tell you something more about Scout Helicopter. Frankly, Scout Helicopter has its big moment only at the beginning of this mission, and you can proceed now without using it at all. But if you look at the screen showing you information about your Scout Helicopter, you see that there is a fuel and you are slowly running out of it. And if you hover for too long time with your helicopter, of course that it will crash and you will lose
Platoon
it.
is on the ground
So how
and
to
ready
solve
to
this issue?
carry out orders.
Just
New unit
click
available. Squadron
on
A1
Scout
is ready to
Helicopter
fight.
and use
We're in
landing
place.
button.
All
And to
squad.
land,
No
you need
signs
to
of
use
the enemy.
LZ. This one is free,
Now that we have
and my
the
Scout
ground
helicopter will
application
land.
available, here is how you control it. The basic functions: attack, move,
But of course
and
that
stop
you have a
are the
choice to
same for
use Scout
helicopters.
Helicopter during this mission, and I will show it later on.
Combat platoon. We have. Then we.
New task available.
I will also tell you.
So,
There are
let's go
the
to
next
combat.
function. The in the
So, I have following tasks. I should occupy or conquer 3 positions. The main position I must conquer is the central position on the map. And this is the place where your artillery should land after you get control of it. And because it's the nearest place from your HQ, the logical way for most of players will be to start with the central position. But you are free to go first also to the second and third target, which are actually small Vietnamese bases. But in this case, I will proceed to central position. And I can make my first combat platoon to move more quickly by changing formations. Box is basic formation, but it's a slow formation.
Switch position.
The fastest formation is column. So I recommend you to use this for quick movement, unhindered movement, without any fighting. With this formation you are fast, but you have penalties regarding defense. So use it wisely.
Orders.
Now I want to move quickly.
Roger that.
And before starting my first fight, I will show you how to call another platoon. Actually, it's pretty simple, but you must make several steps to make this happen. First, you must buy additional platoon. It's done simply by clicking on money button, and you see the list of platoons you have available. I have HQ platoon, and I have 1 combat platoon on duty. I want to purchase another platoon, and it costs me 3,000 money or game currency. I'm clicking on it, accept, and the platoon is mine. And you see that money on my account are almost run out. I have only 1,300 money.
Transport choppers.
Now I will call the platoon,
This
which is
HQ.
done through the HQ. Call platoon button. A2 platoon selected, and I will use this
Units in
landing
the
zone.
area are ready.
So my second platoon will come soon,
Waiting orders.
but I can conquer the central position even without reinforcements. And I will show you how. Yeah, this is the sweet spot.
Brothers in arms.
And I will also separate patrol from my A1 platoon
Separate patrol.
to improve a bit my
Serve
chances
our
in
country.
combat,
Brothers in arms.
because I can get enemies into crossfire.
Awaiting orders.
Brothers in arms.
On duty, sir.
Roger that.
Awaiting
So,
orders.
yeah,
Roger that.
I'm not sure if I managed to set up positions correctly.
Roger that.
On
I will change formation
Switch position.
to arches, which gives me bonus on defense and damage.
Brothers in arms.
And I'm already
Change formation.
losing some troops.
serve our
Roger
country.
that.
On duty, sir.
I will order them to
Wait
stop totally. And if you want to make something like a hard stop, you just click on the hold button.
Awaiting orders. We serve
Hold.
our country.
Okay. I must cancel
Stop
hold
here.
position
Roger that.
to allow movement of the unit
On duty, sir.
Wait here.
and of the patrol.
Awaiting orders.
Roger that. Brothers in arms. Roger that. We have the Central Falcon area.
Yeah,
under
and I
control.
have the
We are
Central
awaiting
Falcon
further
area
orders.
under control.
The zone is secure. We can unload
Zone
artillery.
secure.
We
To
serve
ensure
our
that this
country.
remains the case, we need to
Because
clean up
I
the
know
rest
this
of the
mission
area.
pretty
Awaiting
well.
orders.
I will now
Notice
unite
that
Trail
every
here.
combat
A1
platoon
platoon
dispense
again
ammunition. It is
and
shown by the
cancel
strip on the very
the
right.
detachment of patrol.
We serve our country.
And I will occupy by left-clicking on this silhouette of kneeling man
Take cover.
the fortified position, which gives me bonuses on defense, and you will see it's needed. You see that I suffered some losses. These green body silhouettes are wounded soldiers. So what to do?
This is HQ.
I will call my stretchers. And this is done by clicking on stretchers button
Leave no one
and
behind.
showing them the circle with wounded or dead soldiers. It's worth to save not only wounded but also dead soldiers. If you don't do this, you will lose quite a lot of money. And you see on the minimap that the team of stretchers is running from HQ. And before this happens, I will show you how to get some fire support in this mission. This mission is exceptional that you don't have air support or artillery support, which is available in all other missions. But there is one tool you can use, and tool is mortar. Yeah, you see, small unit of Vietcong is attacking my HQ.
Roger that. Check your ammo.
But my guard troops will handle it. Yeah, no need
New command
Serve
to
point.
call
Roger
A2 platoon for help. So let's return to the issue of the support tool. The tool I'm speaking about is mortar. And how to get this tool? First, you must have the skill to use mortars. And this skill is here in skills menu of your HQ platoon. So again, when you are in
HQ is
control of
ready to
HQ
send
platoon,
orders.
click on upgrades, you get into skill tree and you choose mortar. This costs you command points, not money but command points. You see that I have 3 total command points available in this tutorial mission, and I have just used 1 point. But it doesn't mean that I can shoot mortar. I have mortar option now in my HQ menu, but as you see, I have no mortar unit. So what should I do? Simple. I must have mortar personnel, mortar team. And how to procure it? I'm going to in-game eShop. I will click on HQ platoon, and you see the structure of it and professions you have in your HQ platoon. In this case, I need a mortar man, and even 1 man is enough to make like a big bank. 1 man, it costs me 800, accept,
Flesh in the grinder.
and as any other reinforcement, mortar man must arrive on the board of helicopter, and it will happen in a couple of moments. You see stretchers are returning with wounded soldiers from the battle for the central position. And now I can finally shoot my mortar. I have several types of ammunition available. My most preferred option is flame ammunition, and I will soon show you how it's very beneficial to use mortar to save the lives of your troops. Yeah, I have 2 additional wounded soldiers here.
This is HQ.
So let's call stretchers at this
All
spot
wounded men will be
also.
evacuated.
By the way, of course that it's not easy to see wounded or dead soldiers in the terrain. So what to do, how to discover where your wounded or killed soldiers are. Just click on the button First Aid Station when you are in control of HQ company.
The
And you will see the
artillery is
list
on the ground.
and
We must
the
protect it
status.
at any cost, but
You
definitely
see
good
that
work so far.
some wounded
1,000
soldiers
more
are
resources
in
allocated.
stretcher's care or in HQ hospital,
task
which
available.
means that they are lying here on litters. But some are still on the battlefield. And when I double click, I see the position. Pretty simple. Yeah. You see that stretchers are returning automatically according to their capacity. As you go through the game, you will slowly improve the capabilities of your HQ platoon.
This is HQ.
So, when I go into the structure of my HQ platoon, in the end, I can have, let's say, more than 10 stretchers. But now I must live with 4, and it's enough for tutorial mission. But let's return to combat now. I have additional platoon here.
Roger that.
When I play tutorial mission really carefully, I am in position sometimes when
Awaiting orders.
I
Switch
can
position.
already have 3 platoons in this stage of the mission. But this is not the case because I suffered quite a big losses during the battle for the central position. My preferred way of combat is to wait for enemy, cover my troops as much as possible, and kill them before they can kill me.
Awaiting orders.
But of course that you can have your own more aggressive approach, and you should use formations and stances accordingly.
We serve our country.
And I'm sending H2 platoon to the northern location, which I should explore. And before my A2 platoon reach this position, I will look at the central position. My artillery already landed. Perfect. Actually, this is paradox. The tutorial mission is the only one where you actually see your cannons. You will not see them in further missions. But it's also the only mission when you can't use your cannons. And in other missions, you will use your cannons pretty often, but you will not see them anymore.
Awaiting
Guys,
orders.
Get into the tree
I
line,
will
quick.
make their movement faster by changing formation to column.
Awaiting orders.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Actually, I raised some money by killing some Vietnamese, because this is the way how you earn money, by killing your enemy.
Awaiting orders.
Roger that.
Actually, it's real principle behind it from the Vietnam War, because the success of US commanders in the first phase of the war was measured by the number of enemies they killed. It was called head count.
Brothers in arms. Roger that.
It was
On duty,
not
sir.
very effective method, because as it showed up, Vietnam War was not about Vietnam casualties. They didn't care. They fought for their country. It was
Brothers
about
in
American casualties. So I
Awaiting
am
orders.
here. And I don't want to lose my men. I want to protect them as much as possible.
Separate patrol.
So what
Serve
will
our
I do?
country.
Roger that.
I will send patrol forward just to see
Roger that.
the enemy.
Roger that. Roger that.
Yeah.
Roger that.
My line of sight is slightly better than Vietnamese line of sight.
The Vietnamese have their outpost
Yeah,
here. It's
Vietnamese
not well
outpost.
fortified. We can take it. I
You
advise
see, this
using at least
position
2
is machine
platoons.
gun nest. It's pretty strong.
New resources
Serve
have
our
been
country.
allocated
And
to you. Maybe it would be good to use
yeah,
it
I could
calling in
conquer
another
it.
platoon.
with,
If you are interested
direct
in the
combat,
menu, click above the
but
map
I
on the
want to
number of
protect
resources.
my
orders.
men.
Keep your eyes open.
So they stay at this place just to see the enemy. And now
HQ
I
is
will
ready to
use my
send
mortar.
orders.
Let's use flame.
Mortars.
Mortar is not very fast and very strong weapon, but in this tutorial mission it does great job.
Mortar is ready.
Yeah. One Vietnamese discovered my man,
New command point is available.
but no
Mortars.
problem here, no mass attack. machine gun nest is my main target. It's the strongest position
is
enemy
ready.
has in this camp. When using flame ammunition, enemy does not die instantly. It takes some time. And it also has the effect of kind of barrier. Enemy does not want to go through the wall of fire, logically. So you can stop the movement of enemy troops just by placing the wall of fire between you and them.
Awaiting orders.
Roger that.
There will be still some Vietnamese, but
Awaiting orders.
it will be pretty easy job now. So you see,
On duty, sir.
I am conquering the Vietnamese camp without
Stop
losses.
here.
Roger that.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah.
This is HQ.
So let's use my mortar again.
Mortars.
But my soldiers will be faster than mortars. Yeah. Of course that you can hit your own troops, so be a bit careful when placing your support fires.
The camp is clean.
Camp
Now
is
searching
clean.
For resources.
And now we can
The
search it
management menu
for
has several
search
parts.
it
for
for
The upper left
resources.
part
On
is for
duty, sir.
buying ammo for HQ. The ammo procured in
And
this way is
resources
delivered by
are
transport
hidden
helicopter.
in this
Roger that.
crate.
Brothers in arms.
So let's go for it.
Roger that.
You see, I earned quite a big sum.
Brothers in arms. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Yeah, and I collected spoils
Under the
of
menu
war.
for the procurement of ammo are In the lower central part is the list of available. The last part of
Yeah, and
Now
other
let's go through
instructions
individual
from
fields in
tutorial.
detail.
Let's skip it.
Whatever is so the in the
So, what are the remaining tasks? I should explore the southwest area of the sector, here shown on the minimap by binoculars, and I must protect my artillery, which is well provided by my first platoon, which is
Brothers
garrisoned
in
here.
arms.
If my first platoon wasn't stationed there, my artillery would die pretty quickly, because there are groups of enemies going after your artillery. The art of playing this game and winning it is to cope with more than one situation simultaneously. You must look at the minimap, look for the directions and groups of enemies where they are coming from, and pepper them with support fires. And you must also take care for ammo of your platoons, which is not the case in this first tutorial mission, but later on it will be pretty important. So I will attach petrol again to my H2 company.
Serve our country.
I have enough money to call another platoon, despite not having need for that, but just to remind you how to do this, I'm going to eShop. I have one additional company which I can procure, which is A3 company. Yes, I want to buy it.
Ordering supplies.
And yes, I want to call
this
it.
is HQ.
Call platoon.
Platoon is on the ground.
Here, LZ2. My soldiers will start coming. Actually, the base in the southwestern corner of the map is stronger than the northern base. So, if you want to conquer it without the support of mortar fire, it's the task requiring at least 2
Serve our
platoons.
country.
But I will stick to my method because I want to save and protect lives of my troops. I am moving A2 company
Roger that.
to the southwestern spot. A3 company to platoons troops are disembarking.
We serve our country.
Roger that. Roger that.
We serve our
Roger
country.
that.
And
Roger that. Roger that.
I am going in the southern
Roger that.
direction,
On duty, sir.
Roger that.
and
Roger that.
I will send
Roger that.
my A3 platoon as additional reinforcement. But in this moment I will show you how you can use again your scout helicopter. As I said, scout helicopter has its big moment at the beginning of this mission, but you can use it pretty effectively in concert with your mortar. And as we have mortar capability procured, this is the ideal solution.
We serve our country.
So, I will refuel my small chopper, just to be sure. Of course, that you can refuel your chopper only when it's landed.
Fill up now.
Yeah, you see. Tank is full.
On duty, sir.
So,
Start the engine.
let's return to action, my small brother.
On duty, sir.
And I can show you how can I conquer
Brothers.
the southwestern camp without having my infantryman firing single shot. Using only scout helicopter and mortar.
The Vietnamese have a small
Yeah.
base here. This could be a problem. Maybe we could use our planes.
Yeah, there was a
New
quick
feature available at
graphic
HQ. Also
glitch,
switch
but
between various
okay
classes
now.
of specialists or teams.
And you see it's
The
pretty
first two
strong
are riflemen
position.
and scouts,
Actually the
which work in
strongest
the same way
position
as a
is
standard
this guard
combat
tower,
platoon.
and there is another machine gun nest. If I proceed further with my scout helicopter, I will use it instantly. Just flying over this camp would mean the loss of my scout helicopter. But it's not needed, because I have mortar.
But
And in this case, I have also another tool. You see, I have additional task to conquer the Vietnamese base and also to bomb the Vietnamese base. And this is actually the only case in tutorial mission when you can use aerial support. Don't be sad, you will have plenty of aerial bombardment available in later missions. So, you see, I'm gaining money by killing Vietnamese who are coming and trying desperately to get rid of my cannons, but they have no chance. So, let's
This is
return to
HQ.
aerial bombardment. Aerial bombardment is triggered by your HQ platoon. Actually, the most important task of your HQ platoon in most of your missions is to direct support fire or airstrikes or artillery strikes. And I have option for one free airstrike using high explosive bombs And now I will left click, drag the mouse, and by this I am marking the line of bombardment. And as I said, two strongest positions in this camp is the observation tower and the machine gun nest. So I want to cover them both. And
Incoming
if
airstrike.
I hit them right, it will help me a lot.
Airstrike is ready.
Yeah.
They didn't expect us. They're burning nicely.
Yeah. And as I promised you, I want to conquer this camp without having my infantryman firing single shot. So, let's use my mortar.
Fire.
You see, my scout chopper has incredible line of sight, better than my troops. Yeah, my A3
Mortar is ready.
platoon came for help, but it will be not needed, almost.
HQ is ready to
And
send orders.
I will continue.
Mortars.
This is possible only because in the first tutorial mission, Vietnamese here in the camps are static.
Mortar is ready.
Of course, that if you have human wave of Vietnamese, mortar is quite ineffective because it covers small area with its strike and it's quite slow. But in the first tutorial mission,
Fire.
it works beautifully. By the way, by every shot with your mortar, you are losing one piece of ammunition.
Mortar
Let's
is
check
ready.
it.
HQ is ready to send orders.
You see, this is mortar ammunition, and I still have plenty of it. Yeah, 32 rounds. It will be enough to finish this mission
Transport chopper
successfully.
sent.
Let's
Mortars.
burn.
Waiting orders.
I will send my scout helicopter a bit closer, just to see remaining enemy troops.
Mortar is ready. This is HQ. Fire.
The tower is really strong. I don't want to come close to it with my soldiers. I would lose many men.
Mortar is ready.
And it
Fire.
takes some time to destroy it. These are brave men standing, waiting despite fires and explosions all
Mortar
around
is
them.
ready. Fire.
But it will not help them. Bravery is not enough.
Mortar is ready. Mortars.
Yeah. Now they are
Mortar is ready.
in the open,
Mortars.
and they will not last for long.
Mortar is ready. Fire. Mortar is ready.
I will use
Mortars.
also high explosive ammunition. Actually, enemy soldiers are brave enough to go through explosions of high explosive ammunition, but they are not able to go through the wall of fire, as I already
Mortar is
said.
ready. Fire. Mortar is ready.
Last man standing. So,
Waiting orders.
symbolically, let's use my A3 company. No,
Roger that.
too late. They have no job to do
Waiting orders.
after working effectively with my mortar.
Roger that.
Of course that you can use different tactics, you can win without using mortar, but especially in the case of southwestern camp you need at least 2 platoons and
Waiting orders.
you will lose men. Oh, there is a job to do.
Switch position.
So I have losses. But I will manage this situation.
The base is destroyed. Now we can search it for
The
resources.
base is
which
destroyed,
may be useful.
and I have 2 wounded soldiers. So I
HQ
will
is
call
ready to
my
send
stretchers again. Yeah. Battlefield. These 2 soldiers need
All
to be
wounded men
saved.
will be evacuated.
And it will take a lot of time before my stretchers come from the other corner of the map, so I will not wait for it. Yeah, but the job is still not done because I must just destroy all Vietnamese in a sector. There is still some lone troop or small unit somewhere in the wilderness. So what will I do? I will use
Sir,
my
your country.
scout to discover them. Oh, maybe it will be not necessary. This may be the last group of Vietnamese going after me, and my A1 platoon will handle it perfectly, no doubts about it. Yeah.
All enemies in the sector are destroyed.
All enemies in the sector destroyed. Artillery suffered no damage. It's almost absolute success. Yeah, and as tutorial is saying, it's good to spend few more minutes at the end of every mission to save your dead and wounded, evacuate them from the battlefield, to replenish your ammo, and if you have enough money, reinforce your companies. In case of the first tutorial mission, all your gains from this mission were only for this mission, but nothing is transferred to the second mission, which is actually the first mission being the part of the combat for LZ X-ray. Yeah, there is one wounded also here, so I will call stretchers also.
This is HQ.
This position.
All wounded men will be evacuated.
But just for learning purposes. I have almost 5,000 bucks, so what to do with that?
HQ
I
is
can
ready to
replenish
send
my
orders.
ammunition. My HQ serves as ammunition depot, so I'm clicking on it. And here I'm buying ammunition for the HQ, which is the central depot, and distribution place for all my combat platoons. So I will buy some M16 ammunition, some machine gun ammunition, just for demonstration.
More
Accept
flesh in
it.
the grinder.
Awaiting orders.
I will send my scout back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Brothers in arms.
Land down.
I can also reinforce my platoons.
Brothers
So
in arms.
let's look
Brothers in
at
arms.
A1 platoon. You see, it has only 16 men now, but a lot of them are veterans. You see, the color of your men is changed when they get more experience and they reach the next level of proficiency. So if I click
Ordering
I click
supplies.
on this frame, I can recruit reinforcements for this particular platoon. And I will send them maximum reinforcements regarding regular infantrymen, both in the core company and in recon part, which means the patrol, if I detach it. Excuse me for exchanging words platoon and company. I am meaning in 100% platoon. And because my unit is experienced, I can reinforce it also with machine gunners, so let's do it.
Ordering
Accept.
supplies.
And reinforcements will soon arrive to HQ, of course, and then men will automatically go to their unit to its current position to reinforce it. Yeah. Here you can buy ammunition, or not buy ammunition, wrong word. You can ask for ammunition to be distributed from HQ depot to A1 platoon. Send
Supply
ammo,
on the way.
and ammo bearers will go from HQ to A1 company with ammo, but it takes time. Yeah, and I will earn some more money. Yeah. Perfect. So, the tutorial mission is finished. As you see, when you master controls, it's pretty simple and fun to play. It's not simple, fast, real-time strategy like Command and Conquer. It's more realistic. Soldiers walk on foot. They are slow, they go through terrain. It's realistic, so you must be a bit patient. But this is about Vietnam War, and this is Vietnam War as it was. It was basically the war waged by foot soldiers, by infantry in jungles and difficult terrain, with the help of helicopters. It was actually the first and maybe only truly helicopter warfare in history. So, I hope this video can help you to master the basic principles of Leave No One Behind, and I hope that you will enjoy this game as well as me. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.